I'm doing the $100,000 a year in sales on Etsy challenge. Let's talk about that next on ShopQuest. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin. This is ShopQuest. And like I said, I'm doing a challenge. I'm going to see if I can sell $100,000 worth of stuff on Etsy in 1 year. So it's June of 2023. I'm kicking this thing off. I'm starting from scratch. And I mean literally from scratch. I have no experience with what I'm doing. I have no customers. I have no products. I've got nothing. I've got zero. And I'm going to be starting off and seeing if I can grow that to 100K in 1 year. It's quite a big challenge, and I'm super excited about it. I'm glad to be kicking this thing off. I actually have some good news and some bad news, and so let's talk about that. Okay, over here on the other screen, it should have. This is my first time through doing this. This is my first time through doing this, so still working the bugs out, but it seems to be working. All right, this is the mini-me screen, and this is where I'm going to talk about what's actually going on. So, 100,000 years, $100,000 in 1 year. Whew, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. But that's what it's all about. So, I want to see if I can start from zero, like I said, with nothing. No customers, no sales, no products, nothing, and grow that to 100K in 1 year. I'm focusing on Etsy first, and I'm going to do the print-on-demand part of the business. Very popular right now. And like so many other people, I'm going to focus on selling t-shirts and sweatshirts. I did my research. I did look into this, and I do think it's possible. I think it's a little crowded. It's a little saturated. But I think I have the right stuff to be able to pull this off. Maybe you do too. So that's what this channel is all about. Going through the process, going through the journey, and learning as I go. So if you're looking for one of those videos that says, here's 10 ways you can, quickly fix your SEO, or 3 different ways you could whatever, these guys are experts. They know what they're talking about. That's not me. Not yet. I will get there, but that's not me yet. I'm doing the challenge and learning as I go and sharing the experience. Alrighty then. So here's the bad news. I already tried this once and I failed. I started in March, so 30 days ago. I tried this and I had to pull the plug on it. I failed. And okay, it's not really bad news. It was a learning situation. So I realized that I started too quickly. And I also, just because of who I am and, for various different reasons, I decided that if I was going to do this, I was going to also make the videos to go along with it. Like if I just simply focused on making stuff and selling it on Etsy, then I might have been okay. But I wanted to make these videos for a bunch of reasons. Maybe we'll talk about that more in depth. I'll give you a couple reasons here, but I don't want to get in too much depth on that. But it is a decision I made. So what that meant was I had to do a whole bunch of setup. I had to get some equipment. I had to, move stuff out of my office, paint the walls, rearrange furniture, put everything back, set up cameras, buy lights, get my, just get everything working. And that took a significant amount of time, way more time than I thought it would take. So, and beyond that, I just wasn't branded right. I had chosen a name that, it just didn't make sense. And so then that turned into a whole big teardown on itself. So anyway, because I'm an INTJ, if you've ever done the Myers-Briggs personality test, I'm an INTJ, which means that I'm a big picture thinker. I have to be able to look out and see the whole thing. I've got to be able to frame it up before I start putting stuff into place. And I'm not the kind of person who can start something organically and just have it start growing. Doesn't work for me. Maybe that works for you, but that does definitely not work for me. All right, so what I've learned so far, I slipped into research mode big time. and started looking at different YouTube videos and content creators. A lot of talented people out there who are doing something similar. A lot of people who've been doing this for a while. They've paid their dues, and there's various levels of commitment. There's also folks out there who are throwing videos up just quickly. I'm not sure why, but there's other people who are making fabulous stuff. I want to do a shout out real quick, specifically Simply POD with Mandy. Mandy, Simply POD. Man, if you're doing print on demand, she has been doing it for a while. I get so much stuff out of her videos. It's amazing. She did a master course and she gives it away for free. And you will learn so much if this is your thing. Print on demand, how to do it from zero all the way through the whole process. I've been getting great stuff out of it. So like I said, there's a lot of great folks out there making stuff, varying levels of quality. So I'm being very specific. I started out just kind of listening to everybody and everything, and now I've focused it down to just a couple who I think can really do a lot of help. They can give me a lot of help and show me the way. Another thing, this is a lot of work. Okay, I've been getting up every morning before 5 and getting started, thinking, planning, building, trying to put things together. I've been working for a long time on trying to get this video out the door. This is a lot of work. Now, you don't have to do the videos. You don't have to do this totally separate. But even if you're just going to work on setting up a shop on Etsy and try to, make some money at it, it's a lot of work. I won't lie. It's a lot of work, but I do think it's possible to be successful. There are no shortcuts for quality here. Not for long term. There are no shortcuts for long-term success, is what I believe. About those other videos, kind of going back to that. So you may have been seeing videos like how to make $1,000 a day, how to make $10,000 a month, how to, these kind of things. Some of that is probably clickbait, won't lie, but some of it I think is very possible. I do think it's possible to be successful, but the folks who've been doing it and are successful, they've been doing it for a while. Starting from scratch is different. It's very different. And there are startup costs, and I'll talk more about that, but you're going to need patience. You're going to need to be aggressive. You're going to need to be determined. I don't have it written here, but you need a support system too. You need family and friends who support you in this, other creators and people who are doing the same thing. We need each other to learn from each other and encourage each other. And yeah, you do need money. So just as an example, I set up a bank account with Novo because I did my research and I found that Novo Bank offers an account that is completely integrated with Etsy. There's a lot of good stuff about it. And it charged me $0. So I loaned myself $300, opened up a Novo account, and that's just sitting there right now. But you're going to need some money. You're going to need some seed money. I don't get paid for referring to anybody or any products or anything. I do use Novo. I think it's really good. Maybe we'll talk more about that someday. But you're going to need some startup money. You're going to need some equipment. You're going to need a good computer, good internet connection. And don't think you're just going to walk into this and there'll be no investment up front from you, because there will be. Also, I hope you like to learn. If you're going to get into this, I hope you like to learn. Like, seriously, a lot like to learn. I do. I'm a lifetime learner. I like to learn. But look, I'm using artificial intelligence wherever possible to amplify my efforts, to build up more quickly, to zoom ahead on certain things. Also, just asking it questions like the technical setup in my office took forever. And I found that I could just go to GPT and ask it, hey, how does OBS, which is the software I'm using to do this video, how does this work? Because it can be complicated when you first step into it. It's a little bit complicated, a little bit confusing. Man, that thing was right there explaining to me how to do stuff. But I got to learn GPT. How does GPT work? How does Midjourney work? Midjourney is going to be a part of what I'm doing. It's not going to be everything, but there's going to be times I'm going to need to make AI generated art, and I'm going to look to Midjourney for that. Very cool. I had to learn OBS and set all that up on my own. 2 cameras, 2 lights, a microphone, an audio interface. It took a while to get all that done. And then there's design tools like Canva, which is really, really awesome. Really enjoying learning that. But then I learned about Figma, and it's like, okay, here's another one, which also, I don't know what the strengths and weaknesses are compared to each other, but I could go to GPT, I bet, and ask it, and it would tell me. Photoshop. So I'm doing Photoshop in my spare time now too, because there's going to be times when I need to throw something into Photoshop and, you know, fix that. The images that come out of Midjourney sometimes have defects, or you just want to clean them up, stuff like that. Also, you got to learn about search engine optimization, product, what products you want to sell. I don't even have this written down, but who's your target market? You have to know all that stuff going in, or at least figure it out real quick. What product trends are out there? I listed SEO twice. That's because SEO is twice as important as anything else. Just kidding. But it is super important. Design, everything. There's so much to learn. If you're like me and you're addicted to problem solving and learning, and then this is great. It's a super awesome challenge, and I'm enjoying it. But it is a lot of learning, a lot of drinking from the fire hose. Okay, this is a really important part of the presentation here today. Why am I doing this? Is it because of money? Well, sure. I mean, lots of people want to make money and they want to do it here online, and the cost for entry is very low. So it seems like a great opportunity, and it is. But you really got to kind of stop and ask yourself, like, why am I doing this, and what do I want to get out of this? So I do think it's possible to be successful, but well, that's the reason. That's the reason I'm doing it. I want to make some money. I want to see if I can do it. It's a big challenge, but I believe it's possible. Why am I doing videos? Well, I found that if you really want to learn something, teach it. And that I've been a professional instructor. I'll do a better job of introducing myself on another video, but I've been a professional instructor. I've had a long career in sales. I know that if you really, really want to learn something really well and become an expert at it, the best way to do it is to teach it to somebody. So that's partly why I'm doing these videos. I'm learning it, and then I'm presenting it. I'm teaching it. I also want to just be an encouragement and help others who might just be starting out like me, because if I can do it, I know that other people can do it as well. That's it. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm in it. What about you? Leave me a comment. Nobody ever asks. It's a brand new video. There's no comments. Be the first. Leave me a comment. Like and subscribe. That would be awesome too. Got to learn how to build that stuff up. So much to learn. So much to do. Anyways, I really enjoyed it today, and look for more videos upcoming, because we're out of time for today. And there'll be more stuff coming, more videos. Can't wait to see you there.